Disclaimer: the information and education material contained herein is meant to promote the general understanding and dialogue of GAN's processing. Such information is not meant or intended to serve as a substitute for a healthcare professional's clinical training, experience, or judgment. For patients and individuals, such information is not to be a substitute for professional medical, therapeutic, or healthcare advice or counseling. For medical issues or concerns, including decisions about medications and other treatments, readers, viewers, listeners should always consult their physician or, in serious cases, seek immediate assistance from emergency personnel. Prescription information, procedures, and use of medical devices information should be undertaken only by properly trained and certified medical personnel. We specifically disclaim any warranties, express or implied, including implied warranties of merchantability or fitness for a particular purpose. Such information is provided, as is, and is believed to be accurate at the time of its publishing, but it is the viewer's job to evaluate the accuracy of any information found in this presentation. Every case presented is of their own experience, applied by themselves for themselves, and it applies to their case only. Every person experiencing health problems should seek professional medical advice and consult their course of treatment with a doctor. The processes of plasma balancing described herein are a natural process which supports the body but does not replace medical advice or therapies one is already subject to.
It's time for change to move into the real work of the universe. And it's time to understand that we use the matter state to reach the level of understanding of the soul of the man. Now you understand maybe why the Creator has sent His messengers in the name of whatever you have had. Is that they bring the ears, that it can be used when the time of the Messiah comes. They can teach the soul and the message, not to oppose, but by them understanding through those who have become messiahs, to give from their souls to these to elevate, the job is made easy. The school is there and the students are devotedly there. Then there won't be any fight between what they call the Muslims and the Christians. The lamb and the lion will eat and sleep in the same nest. The Christians and the Muslims will sleep and pray in the mosque and in the same church in the name of their souls, not in the name of religion that is used to create so much conflict for the benefit of those who were the hyperactive children. The time has come, the time of change is here. And as I said, my wish is my command. If it's your wish to see peace, the path of peace is laid very clearly. It's the soul of the collective awareness, by giving, will create that position of change. No other thing. There is no pen in the soul of the man. And I'm sure once you go into the universal community, you will never see anything written but the balance of the fields of the soul of the existence. Try to be humble enough not to become arrogant in the power that you have understood and you possess. Otherwise, you'll fall in the same path of the church and the mosque. This is what we promised, and this is what we have delivered. We have to understand the operation of the soul, and we have to understand the soul of the man is a star in the cosmos of the universe. If we compare the soul of the man and many of us, 7 billion in one collection, Earth is like a galaxy with so many stars. When we look in the depth of the universe, we see galaxies with hundreds of millions of stars in it. So is the planet Earth. It carries 7 billion beautiful stars, which are the soul of the man. Carries with it soul of so many trillions of animals, plants, and everything else. So if you look, when someone who does not see the physicality of the earth and its content, what do they see? They see a galaxy with so many beautiful lights shining, each one according to their strength, each one according to their position. An infant has a beautiful soul, so has the old man. To those who do not see the physical dimension of this planet, but they see the strength of the field, we are clusters of stars. The human race, every single soul, no one from a distance sees that's the soul of a fisherman, that's the soul of the cosmologist, that's the soul of the president. They all shine irrespective of the physicality. This is the magic. This is what the new science has to bring to man. When we look to our soul, we see nothing but a star in the other souls. And this is the break. This is the understanding. This is what all these teachings are about. Coming to mature to the next level, to understand in the deep space, the universe is the oyster for those souls who serve. Then man is ready to go into space. Then man is ready to become part of the universal community which has been promised. I never promised you heaven. I always promised you the elevation of the man to join the family. And now you have the key. It's you who has to open the door to understand, if I can raise the soul of these people or millions of other souls, that the physical life on this planet changes, then I'm worthy to be part of the universal community. To be there to serve, to expand. To be there, to be part, that in the cycle of life of universe, I become, in being part, I become part of the totality. When man reaches that point, a new dimension in the strength of the soul of the man will appear, which is beyond imagination of understanding of the physical life. It's the gate to the opening of the new life, in a new dimension, which is beyond imagination of what you might call a new beginning, a new cycle. Which that cycle carries with itself the origin of the creation of life in the universe and in the universe. It's the elevation of the soul to serve become the key, not a throne of the physical life. The time is right. The time has come for the man to go through this process.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 271st One Nation, One Planet, One Race for World Peace and Justice, here on Tuesday, April 25th, 2023. This is a broadcast of the Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute Education Department and part of the Public Teachings in English. My name is Rick Crammond, and I'll be host today for this program, along with Mark and Elias as co-hosts. And we are hosting members of the Universal Council who will be presenting today's workshop. So let's engage the PDF here, and let's get going. Okay, welcome, Universal Council.
Yes, thank you, Rick. Hello, everybody. This is Marie. I'm a Universal Council member for the Norwegian language. And today's program is a lot about the latest Knowledge Seekers Workshop, the 482nd. And it's very interesting and very deep on many levels. For instance, Mr. Keshe says in this teaching, connecting makes you wise, then that wisdom shows the path to the Creator. Isn't that what a lot of knowledge seekers are doing for the moment, connecting on a soul level? This is very important work, and I think that is a way for us to grow into this knowledge, into this understanding, and to use our soul in another way than before. So I think what Mr. Keshe is saying here is opening up the doors to our own soul and to this connection between all the souls that are going on. So every time you sleep, your soul is out making a lot of arrangements for you. And that is also one of the topics today. It's how the soul is planning your destiny in a way, together with the other souls. Mr. Keshe is talking very deeply about this topic in this teaching, and we will come back to that. And he also, there are many, many parts that are very interesting in this teaching. But one place he talks about the One Nation organization. So that's another topic we have today. And it's very interesting. And he says that it will be here sooner than we think. So it's everything is planned and set up. Even the Universal Council is part of this structure with the Keshe Foundation and the Earth Council and all the knowledge seekers, because we are all important in this setup in a way. So we will come back to that one. And he also says, now with understanding the process of creation, you learn how to swim in the ocean of the fields of the universe, not as a fish, not as a body, but as the embodiment of the energy of the soul of the man. Isn't that beautiful and very deep? And can you see yourself swimming in the ocean of the fields of the universe as a soul of the man? I'm looking forward to that we all are doing that. Okay, so that is what I have for introduction today, Rick. So maybe we go to the next slide. I wonder if Sweta is here.
Yes, yes. Thank you, my dear Mary. The wishes of all universal souls, as we are all. So here I'm going to read the wish, make the wish, and the wish has been done. So here's the wish. We, the Universal Council, wish to connect to all souls in existence. With it, we balance and we exchange our unconditional love to bring peace on earth. I am present.
I am present. So that is also about the connection between us as souls, that we are exchanging our energies. We give and take, but we give unconditional love. And we need to do that to be united as one soul of humanity, to bring this peace on earth. Thank you. Okay, so this wish is made out of the what we will present later about the One Nation. And it's a wish for the success of this plan, so that we will get the world peace and the Keshe Foundation will be able to kind of take over. We, the Universal Council, wish for the successful establishment of the One Nation organization, for all souls to receive the same energy, health, food, and financial structure, no matter where you are in the world, governed as one planet by the people, for the people, through the knowledge and technology, not politics. I'm present.
Beautiful. I am present. We are present.
With this new One Nation organization, everyone is equal. Everyone will receive the same. And that is very beautiful, because that's one of the things that is lacking today. It's not equality between people or souls. So we will get that with this One Nation organization. Thank you. We can go to the next slide.
Next. Here, another wish. Yes, equality is the, yeah. Oh, I'm going to, Mary, I'm reading it. Can I?
Yes.
Oh, yes, the wish and the wish before and that, the wish of equality. That is the most important thing after years of struggle in this evolutionary process. But then we have to accept that we are all equal and one in a way, in all the way, in this unconditional love, in this universal unified field. We are becoming energy, embodiment of love. So here is another wish. We, the Universal Council, wish for the world peace to be fully achieved in the matter state in the near future. And the future is here, not now. I am present, we are present.
Yes, I'm
Thank
present.
you.
Thank you. And we have another wish, Rick?
Yes.
Yes, and this is about what Mr. Keshe talked about, the teaching about the transmutation that will be going on this summer and autumn, where the 25 first is already booked, and then there will be 65 more, and I think totally 200 or something. So we, the Universal Council, wish for the success of the Keshe Foundation teaching project to spread knowledge around the world and establish the world peace I'm present in that wish.
We are present. Beautiful.
And that is the main topic for the Universal Council, is to work and bring the world peace. So it's everything goes back to world peace. Okay, should we go to the next? Yes, and we have a Universal Council supporter, because that's the supporters who are. Okay.
Hi, that's my wish. And I meant to put we, the Universal Council, and the supporters, because we're supporting the Universal Council, but we all are but you guys, from what I understand, are like the spokespersons, anyways, we, the Universal Council and the supporters, wish everyone finds and knows the connection between the soul of man and the soul of physicality. And that wish came from, like, because I've been trying to connect, and I realized it's the soul of man, it's the soul of physicality. I gotta connect my soul of physicality or with the soul of man, and the soul of man, everything's already connected from what I understand. And so that will bring the connection. Okay, I guess that's done. I hope we all connect. Okay, thank you.
We are present, my dear.
I'm present, and thank you, Diane.
You're welcome.
And we can go to the next slide.
Here. Hello. Salam, namaste, salute, beautiful souls. Beautiful, beautiful souls. This is the 1 minute of silence, my dear one. And this is for the elevation of all souls in existence. And of course, by communicating, by giving unconditional love, we elevate people, we elevate beings of all, and understand what is the light, what is the light, and what is the shining. And then we say, I love you. So here is the 1 minute of silence, and it starts from now. Thank you, my dear. Thank you. Thank you so much, beautiful souls, for being present with all the responsibility to manifest as we are manifesting world peace, peace of hearts, peace of souls, thus elevating all souls in existence. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. We can go to the next slide. Here.
Yes, hello, this is Marie again. So I will read like I like to read. I have been studying the 482nd teaching, and this is actually another Universal Council member who have put out that we want to bring it, but I will read it. It's about destiny, because it's kind of important to learn all this, how everything is working. And it's Mr. Keshe who speaks in a way. We consider ourselves to be the decision makers of our physicality. But in fact, the decision maker of our physicality is our soul. We are a puppet in the hand of our soul. We make decisions, we do things which have to do with the food, and we exist in it with the dimension of physicality. That's the job of our physical condition. We go and look for water. We go and look for shelter. We look for something to give us energy to sustain the physical body. But the master, the soul of the man, sits behind. It creates destiny for the physicality to be in a position. Then the physicality has to follow that, to be in the position in which the soul has agreed to be present in a continuation of expansion, of interaction of the souls of the man. We call it accidentally. I happen to be there, and I happen to do this. We have created words which we don't understand for the operation of the soul of the man, to bring the physicality in the position where it needs to be. It's like you're telling someone they're going for a surprise birthday party. So you bring the birthday boy, but he doesn't know he's coming to the party. So in a way, the soul of the man with the soul of the mother has agreed to meet the mother in such and such place. So the physicality, through connection with the soul of physicality, makes sure the physical condition is there to deliver the interaction of the souls for certain purposes. And then later on, we understand why we were there, why we met the mother at that point in time, because the souls have decided for your soul and the soul of the mother to learn something from the interaction of the future interactions of the souls. So in a way, we are running two horses at the same time. The horse of physicality, we think we are in charge of, and the soul of the man, which itself, with the interaction with other souls, comes to guide and to bring the soul of physicality for it to be there, to bring the physicality to deliver the promise and agreement between the souls. We call it revenge. He did something, and now that's the payment for it. He did something wrong, and he deserves this. We have found different interactions or voices or noises or communication lines to explain what we don't understand. The connection between the soul of the man and the soul of physicality and the man in the physical dimension. And in that process, we need now to understand this. Why did I turn up in such a place to see such a thing? And what's the outcome in the future for what I have done? What was the purpose of me being there? Even if you get lost in the desert, there is a commitment to the souls of the others. Even if you get drowned in the ocean, there's still a commitment for the other souls. It's not just that you drowned. That process has caused other souls to bring other physicalities to the position they've done right or wrong to be in. It's not just the funeral we go to. It's what comes in the process of the funeral. The souls which have been set to come into, to deliver to, and to comply to, with the total agreement of the souls. The child becomes an orphan. Somebody loves his son, somebody loses a son. Why are we born in such a moment? Such a day, such a second? What would have been the effect of it on the parents or grandparents if you were born a week before or 2 weeks later? Then we come to understand that now we have to accept, not only to accept, to understand the full comprehension of the time, place, and position. It is dictated by interaction of the souls and interaction of the soul of physicality with the physicality in communication with the soul. It's an ever never lasting blind dates telling us, calling it by chance, accidentally, and the rest. But in fact, it was already set up, but you were blindsided. You could not understand that what your grandfather did, what your great-grandfather did, what your mother did, and what your brother did, and in the consequences of the agreements of the souls, you are balancing the fields. You're not paying back. Have you ever seen a magnet jumping and going somewhere else? He just keeps his distance. It creates a condition. So for us as a human race, this is what we have to understand. That our physical existence, 80% of time, we think we do everything. We are in charge. We put the suit on, we put the shoes on. 8 o'clock, we are on the train. 9 o'clock, we are in the office. 10 o'clock, we come back having a coffee. And then 5 o'clock on the train back home, we control everything. Oh boy, how misguided the man has been. The soul of the man uses those times, which you think you clockwork on the same train, same time, every week, all year. It plans your time for the interaction of the souls in that time bracket. So the soul of the physicality and the soul of the man plan your day internally, what needs to be done that it brings the balancing. In most of the repetitions, the magnets don't move. When there is an external force, when there is something done wrong with the other soul, and that soul says, oh, I have to suddenly go out, and then you have a car crash during the lunchtime. But why? You think this was not supposed to happen, but this is exactly what was supposed to happen, because there are other sequences, other effects, other dimensions to this accident, which were set up by the souls for you to come in the position of what was done wrong or what was to be corrected. So if you understand this, you can plan with the correct conduct of the soul of physicality, the future of your soul, the operation of your soul, where it will be, what it will do, what kind of star it will be when it leaves the point of physicality. So that was the extract from about destiny. And I want to add something because it says something about the funeral. Last Thursday, I was in a funeral, and it was actually like this. I was afraid to go because there was a lot of conflict in the family, between the family members. But when I got there, it was like all this unbalance was gone. All I could feel was love and support, and so it was something coming out very positive of this funeral. And I'm thinking that is just exactly what Mr. Keshe is saying here, that it's kind of brings us something new. He says it's not just the funeral we go to, it's what comes in the process of the funeral. So in this process of the funeral that I was in, what's come out of it was unconditional love and joy. So that was my little experience from last Thursday. Exactly the same, not exactly the same, but the same day as Mr. Keshe was teaching this. Very beautiful. Thank you. Let's go to the next.
Thank you, Marie. This is
oh,
Jaco.
Hi, Jaco. Maybe
Hello,
we'll go back
everyone.
to the destiny. Yes, thank you.
Please. Thank you very much. Because I would also like to add, I made my thoughts. And first I want to say hello to everyone, all the souls in, on and beyond Earth. It's Jaco, the Universal Council member, representative of the Dutch language. So we're talking about destiny and in a way how we get there. I would like to start with humbleness. How do we explain it? Is it a paper we pick up from the street where 100 people walk by and let it for someone else to clean? Is it a poison put in neighbor's garden just to show that our plants grow better? Is it to be there for others if they need you? Is it to refuse help for those in need after, for example, an accident? In a way, it's a state of being. We bring ourselves in by doing the right and not the wrong. It's knowing that to receive, we have to be lower. Humbleness is when you feed your beloved ones and your enemies as well. It's easy to say or write, but what about ourselves? Are we able to feed our enemies? We should never forget that on the soul level, we are already one. And like our soul and soul of physicality accommodate each other according to the needs of the environment, souls between each other accommodate exactly the same. So now the question rises, how much control do I need to trust the captain? If you are on a ferry, on a boat, do you ask yourself constantly which course the boat goes? Or do you trust the captain who did this course many times? Yes, we are responsible for our journey, the journey of life, but we also have a captain. Our soul knows the way. It's set a long time ago. And now it becomes clear that our connection is the trust between the soul and the soul of physicality. The soul is our captain and is our pathway. Nothing complicated, Mr. Keshe said to me in the system when I was in Linz. It's so easy. And I answered him, yes, as soon as I start to understand, it will be easy. So now learn and live the ethos. Understand the commandments as a guide for our souls. Do right and fear no one. Your destiny will find you, that's for sure. Think we as one. Back to you, Marie.
Thank you, Jacko.
Thank you.
You asked about what is humbleness. And I remember Mr. Keshe said that you are humble. You see a lamb, and you are humble towards that lamb, but you need to be humbler than the lamb. So I was thinking so much, how can I be humbler than a humble lamb? But yes, it's a kind of a state of being, or maybe an emotion. Can it be an emotion? It's just names anyway.
Exactly. It's about the energy.
Yes.
The energy back behind it.
Yes. But you have to be humble to receive. So it's very, very important.
Yes.
And about the soul making the destiny of your life. I remember another teaching about the driver and the teacher. Can you remember that one? Where the driver is the soul of physicality, and the driving teacher is the soul of the man who's sitting next to you. And it's a very good teaching about how you will get there one way or the other. But you may take many turns the wrong way on your way to the destination. Yeah.
In fact, it's all the same. It's exactly like you said. Because Mr. Keshe said he will be the driving teacher for us to learn to drive. And meanwhile, we have quite a lot of meetings behind us. And what did we learn from it? Are we able to drive the car, to know the road, to know the signs? And as you said, there's so much more to learn. But in a way, in time, with the knowledge we get, we become comfortable and we know how to do it, and there will be no accidents. It's wonderful to do it together.
With the soul in the driving seat, there will be no accidents. So
everything will be like it should be. Yes.
Okay.
I also want to say thank you, Jacko. I also want to say that there's a poet, a line of poetry, beautiful, that the destiny. What is I am destined to? Like, where? I say, come to me. I am the destination of yours, and you are the destination of me, and we'll together create this beauty. The destinations. You and me are the destinations. And if we join, if we understand, like we say in our daily, in a way, regularly, that well, I have been inspired and I have loved this poetry, and the poet was so much spiritual, and many things we love, we got inspired, and the destiny was there, and the poet came to me and says, here, you are the destiny, I reached you. So you are talking about it, so when we say we are destined to meet each other, we are destined to communicate with each other, we are destined to understand each other, how we can share unconditional love. And it is the kindness that the universal unified field explains about destinations, how nothing is distant about it, it's you, in me, and everywhere that is the destination. So when I sit in a like group of women, I used to sit, when we talk about it in the rural, especially in the rural area, when they talk, sometimes you feel so inspired, and you are You reach them. You destined to reach them, you know, and you are inspired by what she said. Maybe other will say, oh, she's a village woman, she doesn't know, but you understand the soul, the destination, and you are so inspired by it. And suddenly you, yes, of course, as Mary said, as Jaco said, this humbleness. I was humble. I was humble. So there was no ego. And the woman was saying about her life. And I said, okay, I understood that my destination was you. And you came to me. As you said, you are my destination. And destiny. Kismet. Here we say in India, Kismet. Oh, magic, Kismet. But that doesn't mean that because nothing is so coincidental, you know. As we communicate with each other, everything goes around like the manifestation, as we would all do the same thing. But when you're inspired by something, mostly by especially feeling love, then there's a destination for you, and the destination is searching for you, like that, you know. This is my experience, and here we are in our destinations with each other. So in this peaceful moment of transformation in space. So thank you, my dear Jaco. Thank you. This is my own experience of destiny, my destiny, our destiny. So the destination was you, me, and all that is. This is the universal love, the destination we all have within. We all have this ability to understand the destination, the destiny, and we can mold ourselves. We can balance this. Like it is hard. Yes, I know it is hard in this manifestation of, well, I will say illusion. But then when we understand this simpleness, this easiness of flowing, then this is the destination. Go with it like that, you know. Thank you, my dear. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sweta. Can we go to the next slide then? And it's a clip from the 200 Knowledge Seekers workshop, and this one is a classic. It's very good, and it's a little long, our clip, but it's necessary. Okay, maybe you can play it, Rick.
Yes, just a second. I just have to get it lined up a little better here.
It's about emotions, among other things.
Okay, once again, this is an excerpt from the 200th Knowledge Seekers Workshop.
A lot of you have a problem in understanding how do I evolve in space. This is just a dream. But if you understand and you be able to do it on Earth, learn it, then you can practice it when the environment is right. Many of you think, how can I reach my soul to evolve? You cannot change yourself to the Martian figure or to the planet Zeus figure, because we don't have its atmosphere. Whatever you do, you evolve, you end up with 2 legs and 2 arms and 10 fingers. Because it's the condition of the field, the strength of this planet. But you can start practicing to gain strength, to gain knowledge. But you have to know where you go to practice. Where is a sandbank that you can test and try? Many of you will start evolving in understanding of the process, by understanding where do I have to go to see the change? Where is what I'm looking for? It's very simple. If you have not understood by now, I can explain to you in a very, very simple system, in a very simple way. I spoke about ILS. That is the wish of a man. It's the emotion of the separation of the soul of the physicality with the soul of the man. So, when you want to change, we understand it has to do, it is connected, and from what we know from our experience, has a strength, and it has to do somewhere between the physicality and the soul of the man in the brain of the man. So what does this mean? This means desire to change the physicality has to be one step before the creation of the total manifestation of physicality. You create physicality out of the fields of the soul, and then depending on which part of the dimension of the fields, which is the filter of the brain allows, connect that to the emotion of that part of the physicality. So, in so many ways, we have the soul. Can I share a screen, please, Rick? This is
yes,
important.
you should be able to do that, Mr. Keshe. Please do.
What we need to understand is very simple. This is our soul. This is our physicality. Here, between the two, we have what we call the brain of the man, which itself is a filter of both emotions and physicality. It carries the strength of different materials, which the more you go this way, you go towards physicality. The more you go this way, you go towards soul. So, if you understood this, somewhere in between is the borderline, where more or less in this borderline, in this filter zone, before the information of the soul is in strength, converts into conversion of the soul of physicality to order the physical part, there is a part where both souls interact. The interaction zone between the soul of the physicality and the soul of the man as a total. Somebody said, I don't believe in physical soul and the soul of the man. It's all one. It is not. It means you have not understood. If you want to understand very well, look at the dynamic core. We get an empty hole in the center, but we have cancers which are in the periphery. But each one of those cancers has its own center, so has its own soul, has its own control, has its own principal matter. So the two coexist, and the coexistence of the two dictates the position of either one in respect to each other. It's the same with this. Now we have a boundary, where in this boundary we call emotion. This is the part where emotion decides, interacts, joy, sadness, happiness, whatever you want to call it. Then you got to understand the transformation from the energy of the soul of the man to the physicality of the man then has a strength. So what we understand is very simple. We get happy. We cry. We transfer the emotion to the fields, and where it matches affects the eye. You see the tear. We get afraid. It affects the part which is the fear strength. We shrink, we shrivel. We come to the point, now we understand from now on, where before reaching manifestation of physicality, dimension of emotion, don't forget, as you go this way, you are dealing with a higher strength field. Then now we have to find the field in this bracket where we understand, where we pre-interact before the creation of the physicality, and with it, creation of the total brain section which controls the physicality. So if we can operate in this zone, then in so many ways, if we can operate in this zone, we find the strength of this zone, which comes through the want of the man, what you call wish, I can. Then you decide how you manifest yourself here. ILS or MS operate in this zone, where you separate the physicality away from the emotion, from the soul of the man. You need, if man has managed to evolve and understand that the soul physical part can separate the creation from the soul of the man fields, that they amicably, they decide to say goodbye to each other. So you don't say goodbye, you create a new condition. So in a space, using, understanding this phenomena, we can wish to retract and do not manifest in physicality, but allow the physicality to hold on, or the field to superimpose on the physicality of the part of the soul over the soul of the man, till you decide by emotion that you manifest yourself as a new entity in a new dimension, because now this new environment needs new soul strength. Now you're in Jupiter. In Jupiter you appear in the body of the man, you need a lot of clothes, gloves, hats, oxygen tank and everything else. But if you manifest yourself in the pressure interaction of the fields of the Jupiter in respect to the sun, you walk as you're walking on earth. But there you might have to be like the souls which live above us. You don't need arms and legs. Now you understand for the first time, this power has been within us, but we never realized. Those of you who see changes, you wish, I want to be white. You wish, I love a man so much and I want to be black that I'll be like him. You see the change of the skin. You see the power is so much deeper that for the first time man moves into this new purple area. So we already know this. Now we need to practice. The only things that man can do on this planet in a way to practice, to understand, to exercise, to understand the power of his soul, the changes he can do is try to change the color of your eye. The peaceful of the eye. what we call the death color of the eye,
The universe
the
to
peaceful
the
condition,
23rd
that
Knowledge
everything
Seekers.
becomes transparent. Try, you can change the color of your skin. You can interfere with the wish to color the change of your hair. You can change your height. You can change your feature. But it needs understanding. It has to be, I can, I wish, is to, for my soul to find, to learn. It's the promise of the physicality in the field of strength to the soul that I do not want to separate. I want to be part of you. I am part of you, but I want to change. In the past, I used to change what you call it, filters, and have a different blue color eye or yellow by just putting a filter on. Now I want to do it myself. Many of us can do. Many of us have done, but we never noticed. It's within us. We do it so naturally. We have done it, but we never understood it. We see it, we never observed it. We do it as adults with our partners. We do it by standing in front of the fire. It's hot, we retract. What about if I stand in front of the fire and go back to the dimension of the pink area, that I want to stand higher temperature, that I can create the body condition, environmental condition around me, that the field of the heat does not change me. I stay at my wish. We saw this very clearly, if you haven't understood, with the videos on Tuesday with Tom Sellers, where the field across the hurricane has stayed so beautifully full of flowers. You are that flower. You are that circle. But you have to understand how to reach it. Then you can stand the heat in a way because you wish to. Stand next to your partner, stand next to your child, and extend that I want to be larger than my physicality, that I love my partner so much that they want to be part of me. And then you see how you feel. All of us have this power within us. And this we need to do before we can go to space. That we have learned, we don't get trapped in the strength of the physical matter of the earth, that then it can devastate us in the space. Those of you who have matured to move into that level, you will see you can do. And you will enjoy the beauty of the new knowledge. Those of you who cannot will ridicule, but that's the state of the knowledge and the strength of your understanding. In time, when you understand it, you can wish it, and it'll be done. Your 10 fingers cannot change, but if you are ready for this, then when we go into space, you know, you understand, you become part of the plasma energy of the system, and you manifest yourself when you need, the way you need. You can stand the space travels in any dimension. That time becomes irrelevant. Time does not exist in the space of universe. Time only exists when there is a decay in the strength, that you have to go from one to another. If you stay of the same strength, time does not exist, because you're always the way you are. This is the attribute, this is the beauty of the Creator. And man is part of it, so we know it. We understand it. Now we have to practice it. We know we can do it. Many of us do. We change our features to be the way we want. We change our need the way we want. Now we can change our physicality. There is part of you that, if you understand, can make a condition that physically you move in the direction of the soul, but not in the physicality or matter of the body of the man. And then you can decide in another point, I want to be here. And you can be 1 second in Tibet, not the second in Manchester. Because the speed of travel for the soul of the man compared to the matter state is 0.
Okay, I think I went a little bit over there, but
Oh, thank
it's
you.
all good.
Thank you. I put on my headset again, and then I'm ready for the next slide. Yeah, that is a very beautiful teaching. And as I said many times, there is an area of teachings. I mean, all the teachings of Mr. Keshe is beautiful, but I found a piece of the teachings from 196, I think, which this introduction of the Universal Council comes from, and up to 210, about that. It covers so much of the knowledge. It's space travel, it's about the emotion. This one is the 200 is a lot about emotions and also space travel. It's about plants, everything, and the creation of the soul. There are so much in that small bracket of teachings. So I recommend everyone to go back there. Thank you. Yes, one nation. This is from the Knowledge Seekers Workshop 482, which is the latest one. And it's so much information in it. And somewhere, I think in the question part, Mr. Keshe is answering a question, and he lay out the whole One Nation organization. So I thought that would be a great thing to go through because it's kind of important. This is our future. This is where we're going. And we are all part of it. And there is no other way. So I will read this, and again, it's Mr. Keshe's words, not mine. And I call it the One Nation structure. We have set up an intentional One Nation organization. And when you do this, you have to have a feed of contracts with people like ambassadors and whatever in the physical dimension of the man. When you need a structure of the health, you need a structure of the food. You need the structure to be able to reach energy to people. You have to have a structure to be able financially for them to support through a system which you set up, which is correct. And then you have a structure of governance. And then you have a structure, what we call being able to connect everything together. If you look at it, we have brought in a very subtle way, all this together. Every piece over 20 years has been brought together in pieces, and it's left till the time it's there to bring it in. We brought in the Keshe coins to start the new financial structure. We brought in what we offered a few months ago, that you can join in as part of the insurance policy for the health, for the food, for your wellness, for your energy. And we made the wellness available. It will come soon. So you can pay a fee and receive most of the nourishment you need through headphones and the system we set up. And then we come to the energy, which is now getting set up. The system is reaching up to get there. So as one nation government, it doesn't matter if you're in Berlin, in Toronto, in Beijing, or you're in Lagos, you can lock in like a nation. You go to a supermarket. If you go to, let's say, Walmart in America or in Beijing or another part of the world, it's all Walmart. The same structure, the same setup, looking after people of the community the same way. Now the Keshe Foundation is all being set up, coming to it. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. You receive the same health care. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. You receive the same pleasure for food, the same energy, the same financial structure. Everything for the governance of one nation has been set up, and a lot of you are participating in it without you knowing, or you are. And part of this is the satellite system. Not any of you became, the soul brings you to be there. And then we set up the governments, which is the Universal Council. We see a few here and there, they are working and everything else. Once it comes into operation, Universal Council will take over its shape and its work, similar with the Earth Council. So in the long term, we brought in the television. We left it there to be, because it's set up to be the structure which needs to come in. The KF SSI as a university education center has been set up, and then we're coming to go. We have to do, we tested, we set it up. Now it's sitting like a quiet, nice baby in the corner, waiting to play. The structure for one nation, one government, one policy, one benefit is 60% in position. The other 20% will be delivered in the next few months, and the completion of the 20% will be in the next 5 to 10 years. I have set up a structure to govern as one planet, by the people, for the people, through knowledge and technology, and not politics. You will not have presidents, and you will have no kings. And the structure comes. I am the last man standing. What am I going to do? How am I going to survive the correct way? And this is how it is. To you, Keshe Foundation could be a lot of things, but it's a structure set up. And to set up one structure slowly, slowly, with the help of you, each one of you came in and took one corner of this carpet. It's well structured. When you go into the Keshe Foundation website and you see all this, so much for the health, so much for the food, so much for the travel, because we know traveling. At the moment, let's say you pay 1,000 pounds for every time you're transmuting between, let's say, outside London and South London to go to work. We know the cost of travel becomes so much through transmutation that we offer you a package to travel anywhere around the world for a whole year per family for 5,000 euros or 3,000, whatever it is in the package. Because we know in the next 5 years, systems will be all over the place. You who pay this policy now, when it comes into operation, you will find out that the guys who are going to do it are going to pay maybe 8 or 10,000. You've done your saving now, joining in, but we have the technology of it. I explained in the past few days to some people, you go and you buy an insurance policy, and then you have to go when you get ill to find a doctor, and therefore the doctor to diagnose for an insurance policy to pay the doctor, and then you need an operation. To get the insurance benefit, to agree to pay for the care you need. And it could be the wrong care, not necessarily doing what it's supposed to do. And then it can lead to some side effects and everything else. But with the Keshe Foundation Wellness Plan, Keshe Foundation is the insurance policy provider, the caregiver, and works in a way to make you better so that you don't use the system later on. We put a permanent plan for 1 hour or 2 hours a year for you to go into the system so that the future problems are not there, that it clogs the systems up with 20, 30, maybe weeks or 2 or 3 hours a week. So I have set up the universal government, and I'm a very patient man. And these things we set up when it comes together. Now you have bricks, now you have gold, now you have dollars or the pound. I have the cash coin. That's all. I can cash it anytime. Your healthcare is done. Energy transformation, the satellite systems, conversion of the fields and energy, all is set up. I planned this for centuries, and I will deliver it completely when it comes. But if we do it all, it becomes magic. When the human race gives a hand to make it as knowledge seekers and the others, then it's accepted and brings that collective. Today you pay $63,000 for a kilo of gold, and you pay $6,000 for a kilo of copper. And then you pay $500,000 for another metal. Now with the material production systems, everything cost is $500 a ton, because it's the same system. Depending on how you tune it, it produces the materials you want. African nations can now develop. Africa has run into the maximal use of natural resources of energy. This is one of the reasons African nations cannot grow anymore, and the Europeans are using it to the maximum hilt of it. All the dams on the rivers have been built. Wherever it could be done, it's done. Europeans have access to the fuel they burned from the Middle East and everywhere else, feeding the fire of the industry. The Africans cannot, because they can't afford the fuel. In the coming months, Africans have access to the same energy, 1 cent a kilowatt, and as do the Americans. Let's see what Africa does. Never in history has there been such a just system through technology and science delivered to man. Let's see what the others do. Reduction in the price of natural materials in the coming years will bring balance between poor and rich nations. Never in the history of man has been such a just structure, and it's done by you knowledge seekers. We just deliver the knowledge. The promised day of milk and honey is here. You just wait till it's served. Thank you. So that is the structure of the One Nation by Mr. Keshe, and it's glorious. Thank you, Mr. Keshe. Okay, is there any other comments? The future is bright for humanity. Thanks to the Keshe Foundation.
There was a comment in the chat from Mark. I think it might be a different part of the knowledge 482nd Knowledge Seekers Workshop from 2 hours and 9 minutes in.
I can read it.
Okay, go ahead.
Universal government overview being set up. Land of milk and honey is here. All you have to do is wait to be served. I think I read that. Maybe it's not. Yeah, the milk and honey I got. Okay, thank you, Mark. So that is the plan of Mr. Keshe about the One Nation. And the Universal Council is the governing part of it. And we've been talking a lot about that. What does that mean? But the Universal Council is operating through the soul of the man. So what we do is elevation of others. So that will bring the peace when everyone becomes peaceful and elevated. Is my thought on that. There are other Universal Council members who wants to add to it? Maybe there is no other.
Yes,
member.
yes, Mary. Hello.
What was
Hello, Mary. Can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, you are a little bit distant, but I can hear you.
Okay, thank you. I also want to add that beautiful. You explained also in a way this One Nation. This is this moment and forever the One Nation, and we are all part of it, knowingly, unknowingly, and the kids are all for all of us. And I will say that standing in this position, we have all this. We all have this ability to understand the way freedom works. How freedom works in a way that the ability to understand without any suppression, without any anything that is influencing in a negative way. I will say negative way to you, but then the ability is so simple that you have to understand that all humanity has to unite in this soul level, even in this physical level, that this is the one way. The One Nation is the one way to be in peace and to be in love, to be in abundance, to be in prosperity. As we all know, take what you need, what we need. So the competitions, the classifications, the religions, everything is just going away, kind of that, we have to let it go away. That if you understand that we don't need these anymore. We need the upliftment, elevation of humanity, to be in this cosmic cycle of Earth and the cosmos, of course, and the civilization we are going to interact, and we are already interacting, and it's here, and that is the way. The time is, well, I will say time is not now a little span of time we have to understand in this timeline, but the space is full of this love. There is no time. So we have a kind of achieved in a way this ability to understand, this ability. How could we, in a simple way, just to understand, to love each other, whoever, whatever you are, we all love each other, elevating our soul, communicating unconditionally. In this service, everything is elevation, and without this, anyway, in physicality or in a non-physical way also, to be in this unified field as a being of love. And we understand that we have been through, in this physical manifestation also, we have been through this. In a moments of this, we experience this love. We have experienced this love, received, given, in some moments, fractions of time. But then this is the way we are in this ocean of love. so much in the beauty and totality. But here we have to be a very in this ability. If you say this manifestation, then there are so much levels. But if we say I am present, then this is the ability you have to understand everything in this whole cosmos. And that is the simplicity of it. As you know, as in the storm, a man stands without any hindrance and just closing eyes, a person stands. So this is the light, the within from that person coming out. And even the storm is out there, surrounding him, making chaos. It makes difference, maybe physically, some injury, and maybe he fell down, but then he got up and said, I am present. Anyway. So this is the way we can be in this one nation and this ability of all of us. And that is universal, to understand the need of this moment, the peace and the one nation, of course. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mary.
Thank you, Sweta. Yes, you talk about freedom, and isn't knowing soul power, so learn.
So, Marie, there's some issue with your microphone there. You're kind of coming in and out.
Can you hear me better now?
Yes, yes.
Yes, I talked about freedom. Because
this faded again. We can't hear you again.
Is it better? I took out the headset.
Yeah, there's some.
You can hear me now?
Yes, it's clear now.
Yeah, maybe it might be my internet. Yeah, I'll try again. You have to stop me if you can't hear. About freedom. So what we are learning about the soul of the man. We all have a soul of the man within. And this is a power that all humans and everyone has within. And that is our freedom, because when we learn to utilize our soul and communicate with our soul, we have this unlimited freedom. We will be able to access everything we need, and we can travel, and we'll become very independent. There will be no need for a president or a king or a leader, because you will be your own leader. And for me, that is the total freedom. I'm looking very forward to that.
Beautiful, beautiful.
So it's beautiful. Yes,
beautiful.
And this one nation is also, you know, we live in very unstable times on planet Earth, and this gives a lot of hope, knowing this structure is there. We know what Mr. Keshe is delivering. We've seen it. Some of us have tried it, and it's there. It's there for us, and it's all for the benefit of humanity. It's so beautiful, and it deserves our support, and that we really embrace this knowledge that we are getting, the knowledge of creation. It's not what you always ask for. What is going on around you? How is this place where I'm born? It's Mr. Keshe is telling us all this, and he is doing that for free. You can listen to all these teachings on YouTube, and it's for free. And it's available for people all over the world. And we also receive it on a soul level. So even if you don't have access to internet, you will receive this knowledge. So it gives so much hope for the future of humanity. And I want to say one more thing about the peace, because it will bring peace. The Universal Council is working to elevate all souls, both of humanity and in creation. And by elevating the souls, the souls become stronger. We will get more peaceful beings, and we will get peaceful societies. And in the end, we will have this world peace on planet Earth. And we need this world peace because that is kind of what we need to establish before we can freely travel in the universe, because the universe is a peaceful place, according to Mr. Keshe. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary. I also want to add to the One Nation as that in our old tradition, in every country, now the countries, in every tradition, in olden days, people used to share, like a wheat farmer who generates wheats, cultivate wheat, and gives wheat to the neighboring farmer, as the farmer cultivates different types of vegetables, and he gives a quintal of wheat to that farmer, and the farmer gives the wheat farmer all the vegetables he needs, even the oil from these vegetables and lentils, and things goes on like that. You know, there was no kind of business. There was no business at that time. No, nothing is like a commercial. There was a giving and taking, and they were all flourishing. No, because of this giving and taking, according what you need, I will give it to you. And the person said, oh, okay, I'll give it to you. This is, I have cultivated this, or I have things like this in my house. So that was even when I see, you know, beautiful clothing or jewelry, I say, we have to do business for this. There's a business. I will draw a jewelry and create it like that, or a sari with beautiful colors. I will learn to create a sari, a cloth, and I will give it to somebody who will be happy wearing that. I will turn the whole time of mine to embroidery, so that the person will be very happy to get a handkerchief from me. Like that, you know, this was a tradition, trend, culture in olden days. People used to do. Now it has vanished because of this. Everything you see is commercial. Everything you see is professional. Everything you see is job and business. But in this One Nation, we are doing this oneness. You know, the creation. You can understand what you are creating. It is your heart you are creating. The way you do. This is not your job. It is the way you are creating. That somebody will say, Shweta, what are you creating? So I will say, I'm creating a sari for you. I'm creating a manuscript for you. I'm creating a color for you. Is it okay? And the person said, yes, I wanted that for eons, you know. And the person gave me a gift, and that is a beautiful gift for me. So this is how the hunger, the addictions that have been created because of this professionalism, competence, this doesn't exist in this one nation. And this creates this wellness from you inside, that what you do is appreciated, valued, respected as a person, as in this manifestation. There is no respect for a cook. In a way, I am a housewife, but you are not you are not a learned cook, but you have to be a graduate from this and this university. Then you will be called a cook. But I am a cook. I'm cooking 24 hours, beautiful and delicious food. I don't need your recognition. I am a good cook. You have tasted it many times, but you don't appreciate me because I am not a professional cook. Okay, but then in this way, in this love, in this unconditional love, I was appreciated as a cook, as a creator, as we know, we are creative. We are also creative. We can create and appreciated by Keshe Foundation, this one nation. And this is the beauty and totality we all have. What you are, you are. You don't have to be like other. You are, you are. When you say, I am kind to myself, I am who I am, and many will benefit from this. Many will be destined to do this as I am too. So thank you, Mary. Thank you. What I can say, simple words that we understand the ability of you from inside, the freedom you have, as explained by Mary beautifully, how we can create, how we are creating from all this eons, but we are suppressed by that. You are not able to, but I am able. Now I am able. I am respected. I am loved for what I am. This is about this oneness with this one. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, we have another video coming up. Yes, from the Brazilian community. It's a testimony. Let me just find my. I knew what it was about. It's a testimony from a lady who have used the product. I think it was a helmet. And it's texted in English. Thank you.
Okay, I think we're ready for that video now. Just double check. Yes. And it's about 17 minutes. Okay, we'll begin now.
Boa noite a todos. Sejam bem-vindos a mais um ensinamento público em língua portuguesa, dia 25 de setembro de 2020. Muito bom estar com vocês mais uma vez aqui, todos reunidos para mais essa noite de ensinamento, né, de compartilhamento de ensinamentos.
Oi, Eduardo, tá me ouvindo?
Sim, estou. Bom, olá a todos. Eu gostaria de compartilhar uma experiência incrível que eu e a minha família pudemos presenciar com os meus avós. Há 3 anos atrás, a minha avó teve um AVC isquêmico e ela ficou com poucas sequelas, mas que, mesmo assim, causam impactos bem relevantes na vida dela e que nenhum médico conseguiu amenizar ou curar. O episódio acabou gerando algumas calcificações no cérebro dela, e por causa disso e de outros fatores de funcionamento psíquico anterior dela, ela desenvolveu alguns sintomas e piorou outros. Algumas coisas que ela acabou desenvolvendo foi uma dor de cabeça crônica, e ela diz sentir algumas veias cerebrais pulsando. Ela também desenvolveu um zumbido no ouvido que sempre acompanha ela e causa bastante desconforto. E esse zumbido é uma das coisas que ela mais reclama, e por conta disso ela comprou uns fones de ouvido que abafam o ruído de tanto incômodo que eles causam a ela. Ela também fica cansada muito rápido quando tem alguma movimentação ou quando algo sai da rotina dela. Isso gera muita desorganização e muito nervosismo. Apesar dela ter uma memória boa, ela está sempre reforçando a crença de que ela se esquece bastante e que a memória dela não é boa. Ela também desenvolveu algumas manias. Ela não tem toque, né? Mas ela não permite que ninguém ajude ela. Sempre que alguém tenta colaborar, tenta ajudar ela, ela diz que ela só sabe fazer. E caso alguém tente de fato ajudar, ela fica tão perturbada que chega a ter crises de ansiedade e também ataques de pânico. Ela também sempre teve uma depressão muito forte, então por poucas coisas ela fica muito triste e abate muito ela. Ela também tem problemas para dormir e já tomou diversos remédios a vida inteira e diz que nenhum funciona. No dia 5 de setembro, quando fui visitar minha avó, que tem 75 anos, eu vi o quão intensos estavam esses sintomas. Ela acabou derrubando um bolo de aniversário no chão, mas o bolo ficou intacto. E esse simples acidente deixou ela tão nervosa que a gente pensou que ela fosse ter um ataque cardíaco. Foi realmente muito assustador para a gente. Eu já tinha comentado com ela sobre o copo 1 muito rapidamente. Então, nesse momento, eu decidi oferecer para ela a água plasmada do copo 1. Eu expliquei para ela e ela aceitou e disse que a água estava muito boa, e logo depois disso ela começou a se acalmar e se reorganizar novamente. No outro dia, ela acordou calma e eu expliquei com mais detalhes o que realmente é a tecnologia. Eu expliquei também para o meu avô, que tem 85 anos, e como eles são pessoas muito simples, que fizeram só até a 3ª série, eu adaptei as informações em uma linguagem que eles entenderiam. A minha avó ficou com uma felicidade tão grande que é como se a alma dela estivesse pedindo para alguém levar essas informações da tecnologia para ela. No 3º dia de uso da água plasmada do copo 1, ela estava tão feliz que passava o dia inteiro cantando e todo mundo via essa diferença porque ela era uma pessoa muito quieta, muito séria por conta da depressão. Então, eu e a minha mãe fizemos a última lavagem do ZNO e explicamos para ela o que era o ZNO, e ela aceitou começar a beber diariamente, muito, muito feliz, muito animada. Um dia depois que ela começou a tomar o ZNO, a mudança foi ainda maior. Ela começou a aceitar a ajuda dos outros e sem desenvolver nenhum ataque de pânico. Naquele momento, todas as crises de ansiedade e ataques de pânico terminaram, não aconteceram mais. No dia 12 de setembro, eu decidi fazer um capacete plasmático para ela, que carinhosamente a gente apelidou de touca da saúde, para ela se sentir mais confortável. Esse foi feito após usar o capacete, né? A felicidade.
Ah, isso foi depois do capacete, é isso?
Isso, quando ela começou a usar. Então, quando a gente estava fazendo o capacete, a gente achou que ela poderia ficar estressada, porque a gente tinha que configurar todo o tamanho do capacete de acordo com a necessidade dela. E o que aconteceu foi o oposto. Ela estava muito animada, ficou muito tranquila, sem se estressar e participou de todo o processo. Então, o capacete plasmático foi feito para a descrição desses desconfortos que ela comentava. Nós fizemos 8 circunferências em torno dos olhos até a nuca e uma proporção de 6 por 4 e por 10 centímetros. E essa parte inferior foi preenchida com água plasmada e GANs de ZNO. Já na parte superior do capacete, nós fizemos 2 infinitos que tinham um ponto de encontro bem no chakra coronário. E nessa parte superior a gente preencheu com água plasmada e GANs de CO2. 2 dias depois dela começar a usar o capacete, ela teve melhoras ainda mais incríveis. A dor de cabeça que ela tinha parou por completo. Mesmo com toda a alteração de rotina e com a ajuda das atividades, ela não teve mais nenhuma crise, como eu disse antes para vocês. E pela primeira vez na minha vida, eu vi a minha avó comentar que tinha dormido maravilhosamente bem. Ela também parou de reclamar e parou de reforçar todas as crenças que ela apresentou nos últimos 60 anos de vida dela. Tendo em vista que eu e minha mãe precisávamos voltar para nossa cidade, que é bem distante de onde a minha avó vive, a gente não teria como fornecer a água plasmada para ela. Ela escutou eu e a minha mãe comentando sobre isso, mas isso não foi um problema porque ela tomou a iniciativa de preparar um local totalmente adequado para que ela pudesse efetuar as coletas. A repercussão e o resultado do capacete, das águas, foram tão grandes que até o meu avô, que é mais cético, pediu para a gente fazer um capacete para ele também. O meu avô tem 85 anos de idade, ele é muito ativo, a ponto de cortar lenha e arrumar os telhados. A única questão é que ele tem um pouco de dor nas costas e na região da nuca quando trabalha bastante. Então, eu fiz um capacete adaptado para o que ele comentou. A ideia foi concentrar os campos, principalmente na área do bulbo raquidiano na nuca, que é a área que conecta com a coluna. E utilizei também a água e o GANs de ZNO e CO2. Ontem eu liguei para eles para saber como eles estavam. O relato do meu avô foi o seguinte: minha neta, estou me sentindo muito feliz. Eu estou tão empolgado com um capacete plasmático que agora decidi que vou viver até os 105 anos tranquilamente. A tua avó é outra pessoa. Ela está muito feliz e dormindo como nunca. Ela está conversando diferente com a gente e também tratando a gente diferente e contando histórias que ninguém mais lembrava, nem os jovens e nem os mais velhos. Ele terminou dizendo que eles estão muito felizes e gratos e agradecendo muito ao Sr. Keshe e aos buscadores do conhecimento. Depois eu fui falar com a minha avó para saber como que ela se sentia e ela confirmou tudo que o meu avô disse. Ela comentou que o zumbido continua, mas que ele diminuiu bastante e que ela tem certeza que a tecnologia vai ajudar ela. Essa foto que vocês estão vendo agora é do capacete que nós fizemos para ela. A mudança dela foi tanta que até o timbre da voz dela mudou. Eu quase nem reconheci a voz dela no telefone. E o que aconteceu foi algo realmente muito grandioso. Uma estrutura de funcionamento emocional, cognitiva e biológica de mais de meio século foi mudada em poucos dias. Nós sentimos que ela está liberta de todas as crenças e de todas as dores. Poucas vezes na minha vida eu vi minha avó tão emocionada quando ela estava no telefone comigo e agradeceu muito pela tecnologia. Como a gente estava viajando, nós tínhamos levado uma produção bem pequena de GANs e de água plasmada. Então, é difícil linearizar e colocar em palavras o que aconteceu. É algo tão grandioso que é somente a partir do sentir e do compartilhamento de alma que é possível compreender a beleza de todo esse processo que aconteceu com a nossa família. Então, é isso. Espero que vocês tenham recebido um pouco de todo o amor e de toda a gratidão que a nossa família está sentindo.
Obrigado, Eduardo.
Obrigada, Rafael.
Obrigado. Eduarda, se alguém tiver alguma pergunta para a Eduarda sobre isso, vocês podem colocar no chat, por favor, e a gente pode ler para ela, ou no chat ou no Q&A. Então tem uma pergunta aqui do Wallace, né? Eu tenho uma dúvida. Gostaria de saber se ela usou uma bomba de aquário para rodar o GANs.
Eu pensei sim nessa possibilidade. Mas a questão é que eu achei que seria complicado e talvez um pouco estressante para minha avó e diferente demais para ela utilizar. Então, eu acabei decidindo em injetar, né, colocar os ganses e as águas plasmadas nos capacetes, lembrando sempre, né, de não misturar os dois componentes, né, de CO2 e de ZNO. E fechei com uma mangueira de diâmetro menor. Mas a próxima etapa é eu fazer um capacete para mim, porque eu quero também, e aí eu vou usar a bomba de aquário também. Acho que é muito importante a gente respeitar os processos das pessoas e o tempo também, e como os meus avós já abriram a alma deles, o coração para essa possibilidade, eu decidi prezar por esse conforto deles.
Tem vários depoimentos aqui para você, Eduardo. Tem a Cristina falando que está se sentindo muito feliz por você e sua família. Depoimento maravilhoso. Berenice, Maria Célia falando parabéns, Eduardo, esse é o verdadeiro sentido do amor, a doação. O Wallace diz: muito obrigado por responder, Eduardo. Eu gostaria de saber se funciona bem das duas formas. Ele falou que também vai fazer um aqui na casa dele. Feliz pela sua família.
Em breve eu vou escrever um relato e com as informações para disponibilizar no grupo oficial do Telegram da Fundação, para que todo mundo possa aproveitar essas informações.
Por favor.
Outro detalhe importante que eu lembrei de mencionar é que eu deixei um pouco de ar dentro dessa mangueira que eu usei para o capacete. E isso permite mobilidade e movimento tanto para a água quanto para os GANs. Lembrando que eu fiz as estruturas separadas, uma estrutura para ZNO, uma estrutura para CO2, sem contato, e depois eu usei um lacre para aí sim finalizar e acoplar as duas estruturas.
Aqui, a Selma está perguntando para você, Eduardo. Boa noite, quantos metros de caninho foi necessário para compor o capacete da sua avó?
Foram 8,15 metros. Foi bastante, porque nós não fizemos, né, a circunferência, o círculo isolado. A gente fez toda a volta na parte inferior do capacete, por isso que deu bastante, uma metragem bem elevada. O Wallace perguntou se a minha avó usa por quanto tempo e se ela dorme com capacete. Ela não dorme com capacete para não gerar pressão nele por conta dos ganses. Ele está muito seguro, mas a gente, obviamente, não quer que o gans extravase para fora do capacete. Então, ela não dorme por uma questão de segurança. Mas nós utilizamos uma mangueira siliconada que fornece bastante segurança. Então, essa questão dela não dormir é realmente por um cuidado maior, mas a mangueira e todo o processo foi feito com muita segurança para ela. Com relação ao tempo, a gente indicou para ela usar 1 hora por dia, porque a gente achou que talvez ela não fosse ter uma adesão se fosse mais tempo. Nós indicamos 1 hora por dia. mas ela gostou tanto que ela deve estar usando aproximadamente umas 2 horas, 3 horas. Ela só não usa mais porque ela não pode colocar o óculos e ela precisa do óculos para fazer as atividades dela. Então, tá aí entre 2 horas, 3 horas por dia. Então, o meu avô, por exemplo, nós já perdemos a conta de quanto tempo ele está utilizando por dia, porque ele está se sentindo tão bem que ele está até almoçando com o capacete. Então, ele deve estar numas 3, 4 horas por dia. Mas acho que o importante é respeitar o processo deles e o tempo que fique confortável para eles também.
Obrigado, Eduardo, mais uma vez.
Gratidão, Rafael.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Brazil, Team Brazil, Keshe Foundation Brazil. Very, very much. And so beautifully she explained, like, in somehow in detail. And everything is so, yes, it always works if we understand. Thank you, Team Brazil. Thank you so much. Obrigada. Eric, can we move to the next slide? Here. Hello, my beautiful souls. Salam, namaste, salute. And this is I am. I am, and this is namaskar. Like in India, we say namaskar. And this is the namaskar means assalamu alaikum, salute to all beautiful souls. And this namaskar means salute to all saltiness of you as a being, living being. So with the salt, I will say the saltiness. We are all in this life and living. That as a woman, I felt this saltiness more than anybody else. Well, I will say it's my experience. As the saltiness, I was always there is an essence of this saltiness, like an ocean inside me, and this creating this rivers with this essence of the salt, saluting every coming beings, passing by, attaching beings, living with me beings, all that is. And that was at that time for me was a separate thing. But now I understand that when I was I was growing up, I married and I wanted to create a home. And I was decorating and everything is like my children were born and I was happy with the saltiness of this beauty and totality. But then I understood that in this intense material, I was not able to give them that ability because many of them became far away from me, like going in the desert and they denied that there is no ocean like that. We have been through this. No. So, but I always insisted that there is an ocean of love. You can swim anytime. I am here, but many denied. And then I understood that maybe, and my soul says that now we understood. Trust me. Maybe there are rivers came with this essence of the salt. You have this culture you have given me, you have the tradition you have given, you have the love you have given me. This is all the essence of your saltiness, accepted or not accepted, received or not received. But yeah, many rivers will dry up because they are you have given, you have became this river to give this love, to become always in a flow, But in the receiving end, there was no receive. They don't receive anymore. So the rivers dry up because these are living beings. Even the river from you coming is a living saltiness from you. And it goes again to the ocean. And I said, then what I can do? But where there are rivers coming through you again, and there is the home you want, like that. Well, I will say that this saltiness, I salute this saltiness in every being living, uh, and even non-living, tangible, non-tangible. There is the salt and the saltiness, and this creates this position of love, balances you in this way. Because when we say, I am in tears, the saltiness, you understand the salt that is coming out from your tears. With you can understand the saltiness you have. So I have been through this. We all have been through this saltiness, and we understand the salt, as the salt is the ocean that even clean the dirtiest of water. And then we are ready to give again like a river. So I will say Namaskar again in India. We say with this saltiness, many well beings are born like beautiful beings. And with this saltiness, they don't have ability to understand, and they become monsters. They're all children of me, but then I have to dry up like that, somehow to give them away. They wanted this always, to become in this dry and to celebrate the dryness without me, without the river. So I said, okay, the level of understanding, you will understand. There is an ocean. You are always welcome to this salt. Take your time. So in this timeline, so I will say that beautiful souls, we all have this saltiness, this ability to understand the essence of tradition of this oneness, the culture of this oneness, the color of this oneness. We don't need any flags anymore. So here is the symbol of love always, symbol of peace, symbol of abundance, prosperity, with Mitra, the beautiful totality, beauty and totality, the intention, the wishes she has, and always will be. So I salute. So thank you for hearing. There is a story, but I will do it next time. And there are many stories, in India about this saltiness, about this promises of this saltiness, that I have promised you, like the soul says, I have promised you, my dear, the beauty and totality you wanted. And maybe I said, everything is destroying, everything is going away, my dear, what I can do. Then the soul says to me that you have given your saltiness, you have given your essence. But then with this, what you don't need, you see destruction. It is not destruction, my dear. It is the energies you don't need anymore. And now you can see without this illusion, you can see the clarity, the real you, the real conditions you are, you feel them. So, and that is so simple. You understand what you don't need anymore? Spread love, give love as you are. But now you understand the reality, what it is. You are never separated. You are always in this family of oneness. So this is what, my soul says always. I understand, because before that, when my soul says about my salinity, my salt, I was not understand in a proper way that was a dream, that was an intuition, that was a something inspirational, but where it came. But now I understood the soul was always talking. Just I was not bridging up, not trusting. Now I'm trusting. So the penetration of the sadness, the penetration of the emotional level has become so much protected. Like the emotional level, the level of understanding has created this emotional level that I understand now that if somebody, even my creative, I have given birth to my children, if they say, Mom, I want to experience this, even I'm in this universal teaching, they see me, but they don't ask. So it's all right. It's all right. This is the serenity of me. You will understand one day. This is the essence I have given to you. One, this day or another day in this timeline. My dear beautiful souls, always you will get it in time. So we are always in this unconditional love, swimming, always. Protecting ourselves, of course, with the monsters, I will say. Never going to that way again, feeding them with our energy. Living in this beauty and pretend. It's so much wisdom. Together. We always see each other together. Always. Thank you so much. This is the way I wanted to say the salinity, the I am, the salt, yeah, clearing the dirtiest of everything. So this is how even we elevate to know the salt, inspired by the salt, like that. So thank you so much, and salam, namaste to the salt and the salinity to all souls of all souls in existence. Thank you so much. Now we can go to the next slide, my dear. Here we bring the needs and wishes from our community to the Universal Council as one planet, one nation, one race for justice and world. And this is justified. Always, anyone can jump in, my dear beautiful souls. Say your saltiness. Have your salinity work like this in this life and living, this wellness. So welcome, my dear one. Welcome.
I'll remind our attendees here that if they wish to say something, they can raise their virtual hands and we can open your microphone for you.
Hello.
I'm not seeing any particular needs and wishes expressed in our live stream services or the chat here. So go ahead.
Hello. Only say thank you so much for your all Keshe family for all the time effort for continue growing, for continue elevate the soul, elevate all souls and existence. Thank you so much for that.
Hello, everybody. It's Dean here. I'd like to quickly just say, so for bringing the needs and wishes from our community to the Universal Council as one planet, one nation, one race for justice and world peace. Bringing it forward to a position where the needs and wishes of your community, and as we've come to understand recently, Mr. Keshe said that the exhibition is now moving from Linz. And this was the exhibition can now be placed in a major city around the globe, the planet Earth. So the community is expanding. It now encompasses the whole of planet Earth. And at each specific point, time, place, and position, the community has certain needs and requirements. And as a global community, we have a position in these moments where we need the community spirit, we need the community soul present in each and every single individual person to then pass this connection they have on a soul level, on a physicality level, and the connection between them both to bring forward, a need, an intention, a wish into your community. And that community can be local. It can be right where you are in this very moment, or as I've just said, it could be on a global scale. And when we start giving to the other souls that are present, and we actually contribute an intention, a thought from one side of the planet to the other, we can help to create a condition where the others will receive the energy transfer and intention of the wish in these moments. And this is what the Universal Council does on a regular basis with all the wishes we've heard earlier on today, and all the beautiful intentions, and as it was just spoken, the soul family, the family Keshe that is present everywhere and growing rapidly. And because it's on a soul level, so being part of the family means that you can be present anywhere, globally, and be part of this peace process of bringing peace within inside yourself that then manifests to the community that is part of everything that we have on this particular environment, community, that is, use your intentions and thoughts to give to another unconditionally so they receive the energy of that. And when you can achieve this position, when you can actually understand that you have this incredible ability to actually transfer your intentions to another position, time, place, and position. There was a picture earlier on today that when it was showing the destiny, and there was a picture of part of the sea, I take it, and some buildings in the background and a sidewalk and some trees. And you could be giving your energy to that particular position with a thought, as you have this image in a physical image in front of you. You can also do this with a thought and intention to any time, place, and position. So you can give your energy to a community anywhere present, that you feel the need, have the intention to give to a specific place, a soul or group of souls, the energy of. And we all have this ability in this precise moment to do this. So the Keshe family is growing exponentially. It has come to a position where many souls have come to understand the knowledge, part of the knowledge that Mr. Keshe has been delivering for some time now. And they are coming together, they're gathering together, they are connecting on a soul level in many moments, and contributing to a field strength and energy that is bringing about peace globally. So the local community that could be within yourself, the community of, let's say, the cells they're all radiating and part of you, the souls that are part of you, that community can then join with the community of the next soul And then that soul could be the other side of the planet Earth. We've just listened to a beautiful testimonial from the Brazilian community that do so much within the Keshe Foundation. And many knowledge seekers, wherever they are coming together and being present, connecting, and as I said, creating this field strength of beauty. And for humanity, for all the souls created in this moment, each and every one of us can be part of this. And it doesn't take any time. The space gap is very short. It can be a thought, an intention in this moment to give to another, a loved one. And this loved one can be the whole, the totality of humanity. Or it can be for a loved one that you find very dear, close to you. In essence, it's all the same thing. And that love starts when you have that beauty inside yourself, and then you expand it out and you give to others. So bring the needs and wishes from your community, yourself, to the Universal Council as one planet, one nation, one race, for justice and world peace, and that peace within inside yourself. Thank you all. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, my dear Dean. Beautiful said, always. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any beautiful soul wants to share anything? You are so much welcome. My dear Rick, any sharing or any?
I only see a comment from Freed in the live stream. It says about the testimonial. What a marvelous testimonial. 3 generations working together. Thank you. I am present.
I am present. Thank you, my dear Freed. Thank you. And well, I see we are all connecting with the soul. The soul is not talking in a way, but we are talking with the soul communication here. But then this is the beauty. Sometimes we talk with no words. We try to understand. Yes, where? Yes. Yeah, when we say we kiss the jars of the guns and say I love you. Then we kiss each other too. Hug each other like this way that when we understand that, oh my God, there's someone. So here we are doing the same exchange of love without talking. This is also a beautiful thing. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, beautiful soul. Then we can go to the next slide, my dear Rick. Here, we are here to serve, not to be served. The Universal Council. Thank you so much, my dear beautiful souls, for being present here. And here I will say again, welcome, welcome, welcome to Swagatam to the beauty and totality, beautiful energy of Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute. Join, enjoy, follow, live like a being, like a beautiful being in Keshe Foundation, in this space of love and peace. Thank you so much. And I am Shwetanbar, Universal Council Hindi language. Thank you. Salam, namaste, salute to your beautiful saltiness and serenity. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Sweta, and thank you to all of the members of the Universal Council, as well as supporters, as well as everyone that's visiting and watching our program today. Thank you, everyone, for being here for the 271st One Nation, One Planet, One Race for World Peace and Justice. here on Tuesday, April 25th, 2023. Okay, our next public teaching workshop will be the Keshe Plasma Reactor Group, which is another weekly broadcast, and folks are welcome to attend that. It's on Wednesday, April 26th, starting at 7 a.m. Central European Time. And I host that workshop, and we welcome people that are newcomers or old timers with the plasma technology, and try to answer questions and show some of the results that we have accomplished with the plasma technology. All right, I believe that's it for now. Except
But
for...
hey, folks, welcome to Dan Serena. Beautiful host, please host this.
Our final dance and music session here to end.
Thank you.
As is tradition, and we have to, for the sake of Sweta here as well. Okay, thank you, Sweta, for announcing that. And so let me see here. Where are we? Here we are. Okay, thank you, everyone. See you in the next public teaching workshop. We also have the Knowledge Seekers workshop, of course, coming up on Thursday, April 27th, and that starts at the usual 9 a.m. Central European Time. Okay, bye, everyone.